Dragon Ballers, if you're looking to buy Dragon Ball Super or One Piece sealed product, make sure to get 5% off using my link to Mystic TCG down in the description. You can also sell cards to them using their Facebook link, which is also down in the description. Yo, what's going on, Dragon Ballers? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we are back into set 20 Power Absorb reveals, and what better archetype for the name of this set than Yellow Majin Buu, the literal power absorber. We're gonna go into the archetype in today's video, guys. We'll talk about it. It's yellow, you know, I'm excited about it. Hopefully it's pretty good, especially for the Buu fans out there. We'll get into that in today's video. If you guys are new, make sure to subscribe, hit that bell so you never miss a video, and let's just jump right on in. We are starting with the leader and the Z leader. So on the unawakened side, when this card attacks, draw one card. Activate main, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, add up to one yellow Majin card with energy cost of 6 or less among them to your hand. Shuffle your deck, and if you added a card to your hand, discard one card from your hand. There are a bunch of cards in this deck that activate off being discarded. I think it's by any skill, but we'll see when we actually get to those cards in a bit. But if that is the case, then this unawakened leader is pretty good for that. Awaken relates to 4 or less, or you have a yellow Majin Z battle card with energy cost of 2 or more in play. Draw one card, untap one of your energy to active mode, and add cards from light to hand until you have 6 life left. Then we have Majin Buu Absorption Complete. Auto, discard one yellow card from your hand. When this card attacks, draw 2. Incredible effect. Again, this probably synergizes with a lot of those Buu battle cards that we'll read in just a bit. And then auto once per turn if it's your opponent's turn. When you play a yellow Majin card, choose one of your opponent's battle cards or unisons and switch it to rest mode. This is so cool. This is like Mecha Frieza levels of like interruption. Remember Mecha Frieza Reboot where you'd activate an extra card, tap one of their battle cards? This is somewhat similar where if you just do the archetype's main thing, you get to rest something and interrupt their ability to be aggressive with you, which is always great. Then we have the Z leader for 2 Z energy and a yellow energy when you life at 4 or less, auto once per turn. When you play a yellow Majin card, choose one of your opponent's battle cards or unisons to switch to rest mode. So now this doesn't care about whose turn it is. Discard a yellow card from your hand. When this card attacks, draw 2. Same auto as the regular awakened leader. And then auto once per turn if it's your turn. When you use a skill to increase the power of one of your battle cards, which many of the battle cards themselves do, choose one of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode and during barrier, KO it, and choose one keyword skill of the card you KO'd. With this skill, this card gains that skill for the turn. That seems very strong. Straight up barrier removal and gain like critical double strike or triple strike. Like imagine KOing Another World Blitz with this card. That would just be insane. Get the triple strike right then and there. That seems really good. So let's go on into the main board. We start with Majin Buu the Innocent, 1-drop 4K auto. If your leader is a Majin Buu or Evil Wizard Bobbity card, both yellow. When you use one of your Majin Buu or yellow Evil Wizard Bobbity skills to discard this card from your hand, play it from your drop. So we know that works with the leader because it just specifies a Majin Buu card, not a battle card. When this card's played from your hand, look at top 7, add up to one yellow Majin card with energy cost of 6 or less among to your hand, and then shuffle your deck. And then we have Buu Budding Evil. Same thing, if he's pitched, you play him, and then he draws a card if he's played from hand. So this is just immediately insane value. Like that unawakened leader ability that we saw that just filters the top 5 now does that for virtually no cost because you're going to play these 1-drops, which then make great Z energy. So this deck already seems like it makes incredible Z energy, which I'm very excited about. All right, now into some of the beef of the deck. We have Majin Buu Nightmarish Glimpse, 3-drop 15k unique, auto limit 1 for yellow. If your leader is a Majin Buu or Evil Wizard Bobbity card, both yellow, and you have 2 or more energy, when you use one of your yellow Majin Buu or yellow Bobbity cards to discard this card from your hand, play this card from your drop. So this is basically the same thing, but it costs 1 to play instead of playing for free. Activate main limit 1, discard 1 or more Majin cards from your hand, choose one of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode, KO it, and this card gains power equal to the total combo power of the cards discarded by this skill for the turn. So pitch any of the cards we looked at a slide ago and then play them, and this thing gains 5k. That seems really good, man. Like I am not seeing much of a downside here at all. Then we have Majin Buu Intelligence Manifest. Fleck blocker, auto limit 1 for yellow. If your leader's a Majin Buu or Bobbity, both yellow, it's your opponent's turn, and you choose one of your yellow Majin cards with energy cost of 2 in rest mode. At the end of a battle where this card was used in a combo, play this card from your drop in active mode on top of the chosen card. So another way to cheat this card in. If there are 3 Majin cards under this card and you discard 1 or more Majin cards from your hand, this card gains power equal to the total combo power of the cards discarded. And then if this card's power is 25k or more, draw 1 card and this gains dual attack for the turn. Okay, so we'll see ways later to stack Majins underneath stuff like this. But right there, pitch a guy, draw a card to replace it. If you pitched a 5k Majin, that gets played, so that's even more value. This wants you to really pitch a 10k battle card because it wants to go up 25k to gain dual attack. So that's the way you'll draw the card and then make the most value. But there's even 10ks that do things when they're pitched later on. So this just seems like a value engine. I can just see like some scenarios where maybe you don't have all the energy to do all the things you want to do, but that's obviously going to take, like, you know, playing the deck more and mapping out the turns to really figure out how that's all going to work. But anyways, Majin Buu Talent Manifest, 6-drop 20k, double strike, auto limit 1 for a yellow. If your leader's a Majin Buu or Babidi, both yellow, it's your opponent's turn, and you choose one of your yellow Majin cards with energy cost of 4 in rest mode. At the end of the battle, with this card using a combo, play this card from your drop in active mode on top of the chosen card. So you can see how they kind of rank up into each other, almost like an evolve chain, but not quite. Active main limit 1. If there are 4 Majins under this card, you discard 1 Majin from your hand. 1 or more Majin. Oh wow, so you can actually stack multiple Majins. And that's also the same thing on Intelligence Manifest that I kind of missed. So yeah, you can pitch multiple if you want, gain all that combo power, or just pitch a straight up 10k. And then this card gains that card's combo power in regular power. And then if this card has 30k power or more, draw a card and play a Majin token. 15k power, 5000 combo power. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like the dual attack more on the Intelligence Manifest, but I mean, getting a 30k swinger and then a 15k either swing or combo power is also not bad at all. I wonder if you have to play this full engine, maybe there's a point where you just stop at the Intelligence Manifest and don't really play the Talent Manifest, but I guess we'll see what the bigger cards do and if they require Talent Manifest or not. Next up, we have Majin Buu Power Manifest, 8-drop 25k, triple strike, auto limit 1. If your leader's a Buu or Babidi, both yellow, it's your opponent's turn. You choose one of your yellow Majins with a cost of 6 in rest mode. Okay, so you do need Talent Manifest for this. At the end of the battle, where this card's using a combo, play this card from your drop in active mode on top of the chosen card. And then auto limit 1 if you have 5 or more energy and there are 5 Majins under this card. When this card attacks, it gets plus 10k power for the turn. At the end of the battle, place this card in the owner's drop and play up to 1 yellow Majin with 30,000 power from your hand. So obviously Majin Buu Vile Onslaught is a target for this, but I do wonder if there are any other targets for this. They have to be yellow Majins. I don't think we've gotten too many yellow Buu cards, but we'll have to take a look and see. Anyways though, Majin Buu Vile Onslaught, 8-drop 30k, deflect, double strike. If your leader is a yellow Majin Buu card, when this card's played by another card's skill via Power Manifest, it gains barrier and dual attack for the turn. Now, this next phrase has a lot of people tripped up. We're gonna have to wait for the FAQ to see how this actually is gonna work. But the rest of that auto says choose up to 2 of your opponent's cards, switch them to rest mode, and they can't be switched to active mode during your opponent's next charge phase. So the confusion there is like, is that second part of the auto tied to the first part of the auto's cost? That's what a lot of people are bringing into question. And I don't really know the basis of why they're questioning this, because in my perspective, the whole auto is tied to that initial cost. So your yellow being a Buu, and then that seems to be a mandatory part of the effect, but then the rest of it kind of reads like a condition. When this card's played by another card's skill, it gains barrier and dual attack for the turn. And then are you able to do the choose up to 2 cards effect if your leader's not a Buu, or if this card's not played by another card's skill? That's the question that has a lot of people kind of confused about this. If you're a judge, please drop down in the comments what your thoughts are on this card, how it's going to end up working. I think a lot of us just want to know the answer to that. But still, I mean, at the very minimum, seems like a great card specifically for this deck. The question is just going to be how generically viable is Vile Onslaught going to be in other yellow decks. Auto limit 1, when you use one of your yellow Majin Buu or yellow Babidi card skills to discard this card from your hand, choose one of your opponent's battle cards and switch it to rest mode, and then activate main limit 1 for a yellow. If your leader's yellow and you have 4 or more energy, just straight up play this card from your hand. So yeah, that's like the weird part, where this card has its own ability to play itself in any yellow deck, but can it use that second part of the auto, and is that second part of the auto, the first auto, not tied to that first half of the auto? And I know I just said auto a million times, but if you guys are following what I'm saying, that kind of hinges on whether or not the card's going to be good in a generic yellow sense. I'm kind of hoping it is, because, you know, I love my generic good stuff decks, but we'll see. We'll end up seeing how it ends up panning out. But overall, I mean, great cards for the deck themselves. And then we have Shocking Regeneration, 1 cost, permanent. If your leader is a yellow Majin Buu Z leader, you can activate these cards from your hand without paying its energy cost. And then activating limit 1, if your leader is a yellow Majin card and you discard 1 Majin card from your hand, draw 2. So a free way to proc any of your effects throughout the deck is kind of crazy. I kind of don't even think you need this card though. Between your leaders and your other Buu cards giving you discard outlets, I don't think you really need Shocking Regeneration. I mean, it doesn't seem too bad because it does filter a great amount, and you're going to end up having this be like fodder for Mecha Freeze, Robotic Riposte. So this might be a staple in the deck for Riposte and stuff. We'll have to kind of wait and see. But yeah, so far everything I've read seems really good. Let's finish up with the Z deck component. So we have Majin Buu, Heart of Good, 1-drop, 1 Z energy cost. While this card's under a yellow Majin card with energy cost of 2 or more in a battle area, the card above this card can't be KO'd once per turn. So protection against green, protection against battle, not the worst I guess, but not great either. Activate main for a yellow, choose 1 other yellow Majin card in your battle area and place 1 card from under that card in its owner's drop, and then place this card under the chosen card. So that's the way to kind of get this thing underneath whatever you want to be protected from removal. And of course this will be a great Z card against green, right? So that's not like a bad thing at all, but it's just not super widely applicable in terms of its ability to be useful. And I guess it's also good against yellow too. I guess I shouldn't really deny that. And this is super interesting. So let's say your yellow Buu card that this is under gets its skills negated. I think this permanent should still apply to it, right? Because as far as I know, effect negation doesn't like apply to the whole stack of cards, but if I'm wrong on that, drop it down in the comments for sure. Then we have Buu, Heart of Evil, 1 cost, 1 Z energy cost with Z stack. So yellow Majin card with energy cost of 1. So basically you're gonna be able to put Heart of Good under Heart of Evil just for playing it. So that seems pretty good. I mean, his permanent doesn't apply to Heart of Evil, but whenever Heart of Evil goes under something, the whole stack follows, and then you have both permanents. So now permanent, well, this card's under a yellow Majin card with energy cost of 2 or more in your battle area. The card above this card gains barrier. That is a great piece of protection, so that's super solid. Activate main limit 1 for a yellow. If your leader is a Majin Buu or Babidi, both yellow, and you have 4 or more energy, place up to 1 yellow Majin card from your drop under this card, and then play 1 Majin Buu Intelligence Manifest from your hand on top of this card. So that's a way to cheat right up into, I believe that's the 4 cost. So you're cheating up into the chain to where you don't have to play the 3 cost, and you also get the permanent of Heart of Good as far as I'm aware. That just seems super, super good. And then we have Majin Buu, 2 hearts, 1 Z energy cost, 2 regular cost, 10k battle card deflect, Z's stack 2. So you're gonna be able to put both Heart of Evil and Heart of Good just under this card as soon as you play it, which seems absolutely broken, to be quite honest with you. Activate main limit 1. If there are 2 cards under this card and you discard 1 or more yellow Majin cards from your hand, this card gains power equal to the total combo power of the cards discarded by this skill for the turn. Additionally, if this card has 20k power or more, draw a card. This gains dual attack for the turn. So another cheap beater, 2 energy. It's got barrier, it can't be KO'd, gains dual attack, 20k. So yeah, I mean, this seems like, I don't want to say an aggro yellow deck, but that's what it might end up being. I think it seems a little bit more energy costly than, let's just say, like Kid Goku Reboot, which right now is my kind of pedestal for like what a yellow aggro deck is. Maybe Buu ends up being a bit more aggressive and edges it out. That would be super interesting, but I don't think I read a bad card in like all these different things. I think the one component of how this deck is going to land is 1, how that 8-drop Majin Buu Vile Onslaught ends up being ruled, and 2, just how energy efficient the deck is. Like, there's no unison for the deck, so you don't necessarily have to stop a turn of your Buu chain and like go into a unison of some sort. So I think things are looking pretty good for this deck. So Buu players should be pretty happy. But anyways, guys, those are my thoughts on this. Let me know in the comments below what you think about any of this stuff. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.